Hi, this is another edition of Stuart Dahl Show, starring myself, Stuart Dahl. I'm coming to you live from my house right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, where the current where the current where the current temperature here in Winnipeg is about 16 degrees, and like I said, it's supposed to get to a high of 24 today, with a UV index of 6 or high. And that, what else? Last night I went to the German pavilion, and it was actually a really nice, interesting pavilion. Like I've never been there before. Me being, a German citizen, because of my, German heritage, it was quite interesting. Like the bratwurst was really good with the sauerkraut, fried onions, bacon, and the German beer that I had with it, and then the Winkelhausen German and then the Winkelhausen German brandy that I had later, and the Jägermeister the drinks and food were really awesome last night, and the entertainment was really good too. And luckily, I got some souvenirs too, which was really nice. What else? Now, let's just get right into my show. First, on a news-related subject, this is from the BBC News website. It's titled "Migrant Chaos on Greek Islands Refugee UN Refugee Agency." What else? Around 50,000 people arrived in Greece in July alone, the organization says. Greece's leaders said the country is unable to cope and called for EU help. Separately, Italian police arrested 5 suspected traffickers over the deaths of about 200 people after a migrant boat sank on Wednesday. They include 2 Libyans, 2 Algerians, and a Tunisian, held on suspicion of multiple murder and people trafficking. The survivors said the traffickers used knives and slashed heads of African migrants and belts to thrash Arabs to keep them in the hole. In other developments, some 380 people rescued from a fishing boat were brought to Sicily a day after being rescued. The UNHCR strongly criticized the British and French governments over the situation in Calais, where 3,000 migrants are living in makeshift camps, saying it should be treated as a civil emergency. A Sudan national has been charged for allegedly walking nearly the full 50.5 kilometer, that 31-mile length of the Channel Tunnel towards the UK. Austrian authorities have stopped taking any more migrants at the country's main reception camp. The organization's director says facilities for refugees on the Greek islands are totally inadequate for after more migrants arrived in Greece in July 2015, more than the whole of the previous year. Greece's EU partners must do more to ease the burden, he said. Greece must lead and coordinate. On most of the islands, there are no reception capacity. People are not sleeping under any roof, so it's total chaos on the islands. After a couple of days, they were transferred to Athens. There is nothing waiting for them in Athens, he complained. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras said the problem surpasses Greece's abilities and that his country's economic problems meant it was facing a humanitarian crisis within a crisis. AKA, the Greek debt crisis. Save the Children says refugee children are at risk of exploitation and disease in Greece because of the lack of facilities. The risk of a child forced to sleep on the streets of from being abused or a baby dying of heat stroke is very real, said Katie Ari from the charity. This is Europe 2050. We cannot leave these children in a desperate situation. Separately, another UNHCR official described conditions in Austria's main reception camp, 20 kilometers, basically 12 miles south of Vienna, as intolerable, dangerous, and inhumane. About 4,500 people are at the camp, which is built to house 1,800. Many are now sleeping in the open. Most arrive in Austria via neighboring Hungary, both EU member states, and both in a border-free Schengen zone where passports are generally not checked. EU border agency Fortex says it has not received enough pledges of assets from EU states to help Greece and Hungary with the current influx of migrants. Meanwhile, the EU is struggling to cope with thousands of migrants heading for Italy aboard unseaworthy vessels from Libya, where people traffickers are charging huge sums to smuggle them into Europe. On Thursday, Irish ship LE Naima docked in Sicily with about 367 migrants, mostly Syrians, who were rescued from Wednesday's sinking. So this goes to show you that this goes to show you that the world is a really crazy and chaotic place, and something has to be done about this influx migrant problem. Because all these migrants they're traveling from like Africa, Libya, Syria, because they want a better life, because they're fleeing war and persecution and stuff. I think that the EU, the European Union, needs to do something more about these migrants. Because like I said, from the story I was telling you about, some of these migrants are getting maybe at best adequate accommodations. See how sarcastically I say that? Because I kind of meant that in the first place. Anyways, like I said, something has to be more has to be done about this migrant problem. What else? Anyways, like and here's an article from CBC News Manitoba. It's titled Winnipeg taxi driver arrested in sexual assault of a teen girl. A 37-year-old taxi driver is facing sexual assault charges after a teenage girl was assaulted in South Winnipeg last night. Police say a 17-year-old girl got into a cab after she was offered a free ride home near Bishop Grandin Boulevard and Pembina Highway around 2:30 a.m. on July 9th. While the girl was sitting in the front seat, the driver made inappropriate contact with the female, in which time a sexual assault occurred, police said in a news release Friday, yesterday. The girl got out of the cab after a short drive and told an adult about what happened. The man was arrested on Wednesday, faces charges of sexual assault and sexual interference. He was released on a promise to appear in court. Really, it just goes to show you that that in this world there's some crazy and psychotic people. Like, for example, what man would do something like that? It's like sexually assault a teenage girl. Really, all I gotta say for this 37-year-old man that's been released on a promise to appear in court, see how sarcastically I said that, like, it goes to show you that there's a bunch of, creeps in this, city of Winnipeg that are, committing these, sexual assault and that, and, good for the girl if she told an adult, that's what, anybody's supposed to do, if something happens to you, and you're supposed to tell an adult, and they tell the police. What else? Other than that, that's one news-related subject. Anyways, other than that, what else? And here's another case of a suspect or somebody like inappropriately touching like a young girl. Really, really. Wow, what a complete asshole! See how I said that? In this case, a 5-year-old girl was inappropriately touched while playing at a Winnipeg fitness center this week, and it appears are looking for a suspect to believed to be a teenage boy, and like I said, this occurred at a fitness center at Fermor and St. Mary's Road, where her father were around midday Tuesday. And like I said, the really creepy part about this is at one point this child was followed into an indoor play structure and by an unknown male youth, and while concealed in the play structure, the victim the victim was touched inappropriately. For people even if you're a teenager, and here's a physical description for the suspect for you people that are on YouTube that are from Winnipeg. The suspect described as approximately 17 years old, about 5 foot 10, 5 feet 10 inches tall, with an average build, and he has short, sandy blonde hair and may have stubble on his face. Police say he was wearing black shorts and a black T-shirt and red coloring and or letters on it. And for you people, please, if you have any information about the incident or the suspect, please call investigators at this number, 204 986 3296. Again, 204 986 3296. Or Crime Stoppers at 204-786-TIPS or 204-847-8477. Again, Crime Stoppers is 204-786 or 204-786-8477. And so please, I'm begging you people, if you have any information or any shred of decency, please call. Please, if you have any information on the incident, or even better, this 17-year-old prick, that sexually sexually inappropriately touched this young girl, really, really. All I gotta say about the 17-year-old kid, can you say fucking dumb ass? Why would this, what would compel the 17-year-old kid to touch a young girl? Yeah, at a fitness center, really, like I said, all I gotta say about this 17-year-old, teenage boy is he is a complete fucking asshole and a creep. Why would he do this? It just goes to show you that there's a bunch of creeps in this world. But oh well. What else? Anyways, and here's another political related subject in regards to the 2015 Canadian federal election. And here are 5 things we learned from the first debate. Number 1, Stephen Harper can be shaken in that. And that, what? If Conservative leader Stephen Harper needed to look for a prime ministerial and remind people why they elected him the last time around, he seemed to deliver a mostly steady performance, but not entirely. Harper generally flapped in public, but in his debate showed a couple of cracks in his electoral shield. Harper can be shaken even on questions about the economy. The Conservatives want the election about the economy, management, and security, and basically the traditional strengths of the Conservatives. So, like I said, in this first point, this goes to show you that Canada's Prime Minister Stephen Harper can be shaken. And good for this. Good for NDP leader Thomas Mulcair and Liberal leader Justin Trudeau, just hounding Stephen Harper. And that, here's a point number 2, fighting for the left. NDP, basically, in short, NDP leader Thomas Mulcair and Liberal leader Justin Trudeau would have an important look to stable enough to replace Harper. So, basically, in other words, from this point number 2, it goes to show you that, one of these two wants to replace Stephen Harper. And you know what? Good for them, because, to me, I really don't have an opinion when it comes to Canadian politics, but I do have an opinion. If I want, somebody to win the federal election, I would rather not it be that, jackass Stephen Harper. And yes, and you know what? That's my opinion, And here's the thing. For you fellow YouTubers and that, and anybody that's on YouTube, if you don't here's the thing. If any of these, opinions, that I voice vocally, by, certain language, if you, the YouTubers and that don't like it, basically, any people that, don't like my opinions, basically, they know, I can tell them where to go and how to get there. And basically, if people don't like my opinions and some of my opinions when it comes to politics, and then, you know what, basically they can, in other words, basically go fuck themselves, and sorry for the language and that, but, people need to, I have the right to voice my opinions, when it comes to certain politics, and that, what else, here's some scores from the CFL from Week 7. The BC Lions beat the Edmonton Eskimos Thursday 26-23. The Ottawa Redblacks beat the Montreal Alouettes last night 26-23. And then the 2 games left are the Saskatchewan Roughriders versus the Toronto Argonauts, and then tonight, and then the Winnipeg Blue Bombers versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats tomorrow, and that's basically Week 7. And then, like I said, in Week 1 in the English Premier League right now, in other words, other than Manchester United and Tottenham playing right now, there's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think about 5 or 8 games, I think, in this Week 1 of the English Premier League. And in Week 1 of the Bundesliga season, and I'm looking forward to it. Yay! My favorite team, Bayern Munich, kicks off their, season to defend their, Bundesliga title, and they face Hamburg FC. And like I've said again, Bayern Munich are the reigning, defending Bundesliga champions from last season. And and in all sports, it goes to show you that it can be tough, to win back-to-back championships. In any sport, it doesn't matter. What else? Other than that, here's an oh, here's an article from CBC News Manitoba. It's titled "Winnipeg Police are looking for missing 20-year-old Jessica Sutherland." Police are looking for a missing 20-year-old woman. Jessica Sutherland was last seen in the downtown area on Wednesday, July 29th, according to police. She's 5 foot 10 inches tall and is 211 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing white runners, shorts, and a tank top. With anyone with information is asked to contact police, and that's one article. Here's another one, and this time this one out of Winnipeg. Titled "Winnipeg Police Looking for a Suspect in a Strange Car Punching Case." Winnipeg police are asking for the public's help in identifying a man who terrorized a family in their Dodge Caravan last month. According to police, a 24-year-old woman was driving with her kids near Notre Dame and Dublin Avenue around noon on July 2nd. When she stopped, a stranger came up to the side of her van and started punching the window and damaged the van in the process. Police said the kids were starting to scream and the woman was able to get away. The man was last seen getting on a Winnipeg transit bus. Now police are looking for him. He looks about 40 years old, is bald, and was wearing black sunglasses and white headphones when the incident occurred. And again, if anyone has any information, you are asked to contact police. Yeah, I'm thinking, wow, this is a really totally bizarre incident. And here's another article, this time from Global News Winnipeg. This is titled "Charles Adler Signing Off from Winnipeg." After 17 years, the Mike veteran broadcaster Charles Adler is signing off for his final radio show with CJB. Adler joined the radio station in a 9 a.m. time slot in 1998. For 8 years, he led a national program, and more recently, he moved from 3-hour to a 3-hour morning program. The Friday program made tribute to his time on the air. The Friday program made tribute to his time on the airwaves, with guests like Winnipeg Mayor Brian Bowman, Winnipeg Police Chief Devin Kunis, or I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry for that. Each were sharing their own thoughts on the often opinionated host. Kunis said it's a sad day for many, including for my mom, who listens to you every day. Adler shared with his listeners that it's been an emotional decision to leave the show and Winnipeg, but that it will always be his home. The 60-year-old is moving to BC with his family. So, like it seems like lately, people in that like for example, the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, he just was signed off for the very last time, and that it just goes to show you, and that what else? Let me see what else. Anyways, anyway, And this article from the Winnipeg Sun is titled. This is from the Winnipeg Sun Sports. This is titled Nick Moore out for his second straight game. Bombers will be without star slotback Nick Moore for the second straight game when they take on the Hamilton Tiger Cats on Sunday at Tim Hortons Field. Moore practiced on Wednesday and then started the Thursday workouts before pulling himself from practice. He didn't practice Friday, and Michael O'Shea didn't rule him out afterwards. Michael O'Shea said Moore didn't suffer a setback of whatever is lining him, but it simply isn't ready to return. It's just a whatever condition or whatever, a continuation of an injury, said O'Shea. The fact that he believes he can go is giving him a good on shot. Justin Vagon will be making a second start in Moore's place, and that it goes to show you that and that that the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are a good football team. They just gotta learn how to sometimes get their shit together type of thing. But like I said, that just goes to show you. What else? Other than that, this is a really odd story. This is from CBC News Manitoba. It's titled "Injured Coyote Spotted in Winnipeg and Taken to a Wildlife Center." An injured coyote was found in Winnipeg's west and was taken to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center outside the city. Manitoba Conservation said it received a tip from the public about a coyote spotted near Pole Park Shopping Center on Wednesday morning. Winnipeg Police and Natural Resource officers were seen in the area of Strathcona Street where the animal was hiding. The animal was tranquilized and rescued and has been transported to the Wildlife Haven Rehabilitation Center, like I said, outside of Winnipeg. And that there's been another incidence of coyotes in the city, including one shot by police in the North End, and others that have been seen in Point Douglas, St. Patel, and even in the Parkade on Portage Avenue in downtown. And that, what else? Other than that, this has been another edition of the Stuart Doll Show. I am now signing off for now. For you young people, stay in school, stay out of trouble, you'll do fine. And for now, Auf Wiedersehen, and peace, and stay cool, my friends. And for you people that are looking to go, for you people in Winnipeg that are looking to go see the German Pavilion, this is your last day to do it, because the German Pavilion ends today, and there's one extra show. The show times for these are 5 o'clock, 6:45, 8:15, and 9:45. I guess the reason why they're adding an extra show, so it gives opportunity for people to go see the German Pavilion for the last time today. But for now, like I said, Auf Wiedersehen, peace, and stay cool, my friends.